Okay, guys, this is going to be my review for Godzilla 2014, the first MonsterVerse movie. I just didn't find. I found it interesting in the sense where I feel like the visual effects, being that it came out in 2014, were surprisingly really good. But I think the problem was I just didn't care for any of the human characters. That was the biggest fundamental problem, was there was just no care for the human characters. And they really did such limited development with them, and it really was getting straight into the story, which is good. But the problem was they made it as if you always knew these characters, if there was someone you knew. But at the end of the day, we don't watch these MonsterVerse movies necessarily for the humans, because we all know the humans are not the best part. And I think I'm not saying that the humans in this MonsterVerse movie are any worse than the humans in any of the other MonsterVerse movies, but I'm just saying, when there's not a lot of monster action, the humans need to be key, because out of all three of these movies, and we'll see what happens in Godzilla or Godzilla vs Kong, but there was, most, not 90% of the movie is with the humans, and then you get into these Godzilla action, but Godzilla's not even in it really at the end of the day. It's just like boring because you don't care for the human characters, and you don't care for the story either. There's no real story. It's just like these monsters appear out of nowhere and then they terrorize the city. And again, like I said, when there's no story and you don't care for the characters, it's just a bunch of action sequences where, as well done as they are, you don't care for them. You know what I mean? I think action is just a visual device to carry the story forward. Action doesn't make a movie good. And so when you have action but no substance to the story, it makes it feel like there's no purpose to it. Where I don't care about the action, because at the end of the day, I don't care about the characters or the story, or in this case, the lack of story. See what I'm saying? So I think at the end of the day, you get this hot mess of a movie where it's like the action is not the best action, but is interesting action, and the Godzilla stuff was cool, and there's some cool shots and some cool visuals. But you don't care for the characters or the story. And story for movies have to come first. If you don't have a good story, then it doesn't matter. The key is not make the best Godzilla action sequences, which even then, the Godzilla action sequences were far and few between and short. Like they're building up Godzilla and they're building up Godzilla, and then you get to the final battle and it's a minute long. So at the end of the day, I always thought this movie was pretty much meh.